Feeling?
Oh, it hurts,
Yeah.
but they say therapy's worse.
Well, hopefully it won't be terrible. Good, that looks great. We'll get your stitches out before you go. I've looked at your schedule to start therapy on Tuesday, I think.
It's my eval.
Yeah. Okay, great. Everything working in the hand. You're moving everything good. Okay.
She said she was gonna adjust this for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Looks like it's a little loose. We'll adjust
she's gonna
it.
cut some stuff or something.
Okay. Yeah, we'll fix it, and then we'll talk about therapy and all that stuff.
Okay.
And the sling. But let me just show you what we found.
Okay.
So all in all, your shoulder actually looked really, really pretty good.
Okay.
So the glenoid, the socket part of the joint here, this is the ball part, and the cartilage looks great. So no arthritis, nothing like that.
Okay.
Here I'm just pulling up, that's your bicep tendon. We'll come back to it. I think I have another picture of it. Just looking at the labrum up on top, it looks good. It's firmly attached to the bone. Looks good here in the front, in the back, all normal. This is looking at the front part of your rotator cuff right here called the subscapularis. That's part of the tendon in the front. It looks normal. There's your bicep tendon. I'm pulling down on it. Looks normal. Here's part of the issue. So this is the top part of the ball here. There's your bicep tendon. This is all rotator cuff. And you can see there's tearing, this is all torn fibers of rotator cuff. Not major, not a big tear. I did a little cleanup. This is I debrided it, got rid of the loose stuff there, got back to healthier tissue, and then I put a little stitch in it so I could find it on the other side. So now we're up above the rotator cuff. We're on the other side of the joint. This is just bursa. You had some bursitis. When I clean out the bursa, now we're looking at rotator cuff. So rotator cuff itself looked pretty good on this side. I didn't see any other tears. Now we knew from the MRI though, you did have a little partial tear sort of inside the tendon, which we don't see very well. That's part of why I marked it. So we'll come back to that because there was one little spot. I don't know if I got a picture of it or not, where there was a little weakness. No, I don't have it. And it's the site where that stitch was coming through. We'll come back to it in a minute. This is where that little bone spur here. This is rotator cuff. There's bone underneath this. This is all covered by tissue. But when I take down that tissue, now you're looking at bone. So you can see how that bone dips down like that. So that's the bone spur there. I've now shaved down a bunch of that bone. That's why it's kind of yellow. That's exposed bone after I shaved it down. And then the last thing is the implant I put in to fix your rotator cuff. So I got a couple of pictures of it. This is when we're putting it in. So this is actually the exact same view as this right here. So what you're looking at is the rotator cuff, but it's now covered by this implant that we put in there called Regeniten. So it's collagen. It's a patch, about maybe that big, and it just sits right over the rotator cuff, and it's fixed with these little staples that are absorbable. And then there's two more down, a little bit further down, that are in the bone that are not absorbable. They just help hold it in place. That's going to help bring in more tissue to help heal that rotator cuff. Okay, so that's the main reason I'm keeping this sling right now. So these are yours. We'll get you that copy. So let's look. What was the date of your surgery?
The 16th.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So 16th, okay. And you'll start therapy next week. So I'm going to look at on July 14th would be 4 weeks from surgery. You can stop wearing the sling. Okay. But stay in it until then. Obviously, you come out and do your therapy exercises. That's fine. But otherwise, I still want you in the sling till the 14th. And then let's plan on having you come back to see me in about a month, about 4 weeks, and we'll see how you're doing. We'll get the stitches out before you go. You can get this wet now in the shower, just like it is. You probably don't need to keep anything on it. My nurse may put some little steri strips on there, but you look like you're pretty well healed, so probably doesn't need anything. And then I'll do more of an exam on you next time. I'm not going to mess with you too much today.
Still no lifting or anything.
Right, yeah, so even when you're out of the sling on the 14th, I don't want you lifting anything with that arm, or at least don't put anything heavier than about the weight of a coffee mug in that hand. At least until I see you back in a month, okay? But when you're out of the sling after the 14th, you can start to use it for real light activity, like, brushing your teeth, help feed yourself, that kind of stuff. But not till you're out of the sling. All right, any other questions?
No.
Okay, all right, so far so good. Yeah, for sure. We'll see how therapy goes next week. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, the beginning part, is not very fun. They'll start moving the shoulder and stretching you. But once you start getting that motion back, it's going to start feeling better.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. I'll send my nurse in and get your stitches out. I will see you in about 4 weeks.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.